Okay, so all of the numbers are plugged into the calculator, and after 6 weeks of being on Greg Doucette's Turk Builder, my body fat has skyrocketed up from 3.15% now. I'm all the way up to 4.24%, so I've gotten quite a bit fatter. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Steven here with Team Euphoric, and today I'm going to be giving my final review on Greg Doucette's Turk Builder from HTLT Supplements. I ended up taking my last dose yesterday, and I just want to do a quick recap and go over a few disclaimers. In terms of the disclaimers, number one, my training volume over the course of the last 3 weeks, it's been a little bit lower than it has the 3 weeks prior, and the reason being is I am opening up a new physiotherapy clinic and also sports performance center. Well, technically I'm not opening up a new one, I'm just moving into a larger facility, but that's irrelevant. The point is that's been taking up a lot of my time, so my training volume hasn't been quite as high as it has over the course of the first 3 weeks. And then the second disclaimer is I am not being paid to make this review. Everything that I state is my own opinion, and the words that I'm speaking are my own words. Nobody told me to say anything. And in terms of the actual process that I've been going through, I ended up starting on Monday, January the 3rd. Today, as of filming this, it is Monday, February the 14th, and I'm going to be uploading this on Thursday as you are watching this. So Thursday, I believe it's going to be the 16th-ish or 17th. Anyway, let's go on to the actual supplement itself. In terms of the Turk Builder, I ended up doing 6 capsules per day. I ended up starting with 6 capsules, and I've been doing that every single night. I do 1 meal a day. My 1 meal, it's always at night, so I end up taking the Turk Builder, all 6 capsules at night with my nighttime meal. And then in terms of the side effects, I have been noticing that the first 2 weeks, I was getting a lot of loose stool. The first 2 weeks was the worst, and then it gradually got a little bit better, but then it kind of came and went. And one of the reasons why I've been getting that is because, for those of you that have been following my channel for a while, you know that I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis back in 2010. So I do have a little bit of issue with regard to stomach sensitivity. So if you are somebody who has some type of digestive disease, that's something that you may want to take note of if you plan on taking Turk Builder or any Turkesterone in the future. For me personally, I don't take any performance supplements. The only supplements I take are health related right now, and for the majority of the last several years, the only things I'm taking are vitamin D3, glutamine, probiotics, HCl, and an electrolyte solution. And then in terms of other side effects, I don't know if this is a side effect or just because of how busy I've been over the last few weeks, but I have noticed that I've been getting a lot hungrier and I've been eating a lot more. Hence, my weight has gone up over the course of the last 3 weeks, which brings us into the actual reassessment. First thing I want to go through is my weight. With regard to my weight did end up going up. I ended up weighing myself first thing in the morning and just 2 minutes ago. When I weighed myself first thing in the morning, I was 168.4 pounds, and that is up from 159.8 when I first started and 157.8 when I ended up doing the reassessment 3 weeks ago. So overall, over the course of the last 3 weeks, my weight did go up 10.6 pounds, and the majority of that was fat because, again, my training volume has gone down and my calorie intake has gone up. And then when I ended up weighing myself just 2 minutes ago, my weight was 166 on the dot, and that is up from 158.8 when I measured myself to start, and from 3 weeks ago when I was 157.6. So my weight over the course of the last 3 weeks, it has gone up 8.4 pounds when I end up weighing myself right before. And then next, I'm going to get into the circumferential measurements. With regard to the circumferential measurements, I'm going to be doing my biceps, the chest, the waist, the hips, and the mid-thigh. With regard to the biceps, this one right over here, I started at 14 3/4, and then I went up to 14 5/8. Or sorry, I went down to 14 5/8. So I'm going to just go ahead. I'm going to take my tape measure right over here, and let's see what the bicep is. And the bicep is just under 15 inches. It's about 14 7/8, between 14 7/8 and 15 inches. So it did go up just a little bit. Next, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the chest. The chest, it went from 42 1/4 when I first measured to 42, so it did go down a little bit. Let's see what it is today. And the chest is 43 1/4, so it went up about 1 inch from the last time. Last time, though, I was feeling a little bit flat, and also, again, I did put on about 10 pounds. Next, we're going to go ahead and get into the waist. The waist, the first time that I measured it was 32.5, and when I ended up doing the follow-up 3 weeks ago, it was 32.5 as well. I'm going to measure at the umbilicus. Let's see what this one is. And as to be expected, this one did go up. It went up to 33 1/4, so I almost put on about 3/4 of an inch on my stomach. Next, we're going to go ahead and measure the hips. The hips, I'm going to be measuring at the greater trochanter of the femur. So let's go ahead and see what this one is. When I measured the first time, it was just under 36. The second time, it was 36 1/4, and right now, it is 36 3/4. So that one went up half an inch. And then the last one is going to be the mid-thigh. So I'm going to measure between the ASIS, or the anterior superior iliac spine, and the patella. So right at the mid-thigh. Let's go ahead and see what this one is. And the mid-thigh is 22 1/8 of an inch. So 22 1/8 of an inch, this is up from 21 1/4 of an inch and 21 5/8 of an inch when I ended up measuring 3 weeks ago. So overall, pretty much everything went up. the good spots and the bad. So the stomach went up, bicep went up, chest, and also the hips and thighs. And now that we ended up getting the measuring tape out of the way, so the circumferential measurements, next we're going to go ahead and do the skin folds to see what my body fat is. For the skin folds, I'm going to be using the Harpenden skin fold calipers. And if you want to learn how to perform a skin fold assessment on an actual patient or client, I'm going to include a link right up over here to a video I did a few years ago on how to exactly administer a skin fold assessment and how to measure properly. But I'm going to be measuring 3 different areas. I'm going to be doing the chest, the umbilicus, and the mid-thigh. And this is the Jackson-Pollock 3-site method. This is one of the least accurate methods that you could use. The only reason I'm using it is because all 3 sites are readily available for me to measure. And if you want to know why exactly this method is completely inaccurate, I'm going to include a link right up over here to a video explaining why this method absolutely sucks. But for the purpose of this video and to keep it nice and consistent, I'm going to be using this one once again. But let's go ahead and take the measurements. So the first one, I'm going to go ahead and measure at the pec. The pec, it's going to be 2 fingertips from the nipple line. Let's go ahead and see what it is. And this one is 4.9 millimeters of fat, and this is up from 4.3 millimeters of fat. So let's just go ahead, plug it into the calculator. And next we're going to have the umbilicus. The umbilicus, the last time that I measured it was 6.5 millimeters of fat. So for this one, I'm going to place the Harpenden skin fold calipers right in the umbilicus, and then wherever the edge of the calipers are, that's where I'm going to take my measurements. So I'm going to go ahead, grab right up on top, and let's see what this one is. And from 6.5, it's gone up a little bit to 6.7. Let's just go ahead and plug that in. And last but not least, we have the thigh. The thigh, when I measured it the last 2 times, it was 5.0 on the dot. So let's just go ahead. I'm going to have a seat, and we're going to measure at the mid-thigh. And from 5.0, this one is up to 7.5. So let's just go ahead and plug that in and see what exactly we got. Okay, so all of the numbers are plugged into the calculator, and after 6 weeks of being on Greg Doucette's Turk Builder, my body fat has skyrocketed up from 3.15% now. I'm all the way up to 4.24%, so I've gotten quite a bit fatter. And again, this is the worst caliper method that you can use. Really, I'm probably closer to somewhere around 16-ish% body fat, 16 to 18%. But according to the calculator, I'm 4.24, which if I really was 4.24, I'd be able to walk on a bodybuilding stage right now and I would smoke the competition. But anyway, that's it in terms of the skin fold assessments. Next, we're going to get into the performance metrics. For the performance metrics, I'm going to be doing 3 different lifts. I already did the Rogue Echo Bike 50 cal challenge 2 days ago. If you haven't seen that one, I'm going to include a link right up over here. But basically, I ended up dropping my time down to 2 minutes and 6 seconds. I wasn't able to get under 2 minutes, so I don't think that the Turk Builder really helped with that. And overall, I did make a 51-second improvement, but I attribute that to my hard work and not exactly the Turk Builder. For the rest of the performance metrics, I'm going to be going over the deadlift, the V-bar dips, and the wide parallel grip pull-ups. For the deadlift, the last time that I measured, I ended up getting 36. I ended up doing 33 at the start, then 36. In order for me, I'm expecting to get anywhere around 38 to 42-ish, somewhere in that range. If I can hit 45 repetitions on the deadlift for reps, then I'm going to know the Turk Builder absolutely helped me out, and I could attribute that to the Turk Builder. Then I'm going to end up doing the V-bar dips. For the V-bar dips, when I originally tested, I got 41. Then I ended up getting 46 3 weeks ago when I measured, and I'm expecting to get somewhere in between 48 to 52. If I get 48 to 52, that's going to be my own hard work. If I end up getting 55 or more, then I'm going to know that it's going to be due to the Turk Builder. And then the last one is going to be the wide parallel grip pull-ups. For the wide parallel grip pull-ups, the first time that I did it, I ended up getting 32 repetitions. Then 3 weeks ago, I got up to 36. For this one, I'm expecting to get anywhere from 38 to 42. If I get to 38 to 42, it's going to be my own hard work. If I get 45 or more, then I'm going to know that the Turk Builder probably helped me out. And if you want to see those lifts when I actually did them 3 weeks ago, I'll include a link right up over here to my 3-week review of the Turk Builder. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and let's see how I do on the performance metrics. All right, I've got my metronome set to 40 beats per minute. Let's see if I can get to 45. All right, 38. All right, I got my metronome set to 60 beats per minute. Let's see if I can get to 55. All right, got to 48. All right, I got my metronome set to 60 beats per minute. Let's see if I could go ahead and get 45. And I was able to get 38. Okay, so I ended up doing all of my reassessments, and I'm just going to quickly recap everything. In terms of my weight did end up going up. I started at 159.8 first thing in the morning, and then I jumped up to 168.4. And then just before I ended up doing all of my measurements, my weight at nighttime was 158.8 when I started, and it went up all the way to 166.0. And most of that weight was fat weight. And again, over the course of the last 3 weeks, my volume has gone down and my calorie intake has gone up. So a lot of that was going to be fat, and a lot of the weight gain was going to be due to just my own eating habits and not exactly the Turk Builder. In terms of my circumferential measurements, everything went up a little bit, but that was to be expected because of my weight gain. In terms of the skin fold assessments, all of my metrics went up. So my body fat did go up a little bit from where it was 3 weeks ago and also where it was 6 weeks ago. And then with regard to my performance metrics, when I did the Rogue Echo Bike 50 cal challenge, my time did drop by 51 seconds, but I attribute that to my own hard work and not exactly the Turk Builder, because I would have liked to have seen under 2 minutes. If I got under 2 minutes, I would have definitely said that, yeah, the Turk Builder probably ended up helping me out, but I was not able to do that. I only got to 2 minutes and 6 seconds. And with regard to the rest of my performance metrics, all of the improvements that I made were what I was expecting to make. For the deadlift, I started at 33 repetitions 6 weeks ago, and I got up to 38, but I was expecting to get somewhere in the 38 to 42 range anyway, regardless of if I have taken anything or not. For the V-bar dips, I ended up going from 41 repetitions all the way to 48. Once again, though, I was expecting anywhere 48 to 52 repetitions, so I don't really attribute that to the Turk Builder. And then for the wide parallel grip pull-ups, I ended up starting with 32 repetitions, and I went up to 38, but once again, I was expecting to get 38 to 42 repetitions, so the Turk Builder didn't really help. If I would have gotten 45 plus repetitions on the deadlift, 55 plus on the V-bar dips, and 45 plus on the wide parallel grip pull-ups, then I definitely would have said that there's a good chance that the Turk Builder helped. However, for me personally, it's looking like the Turk Builder didn't really do anything for me. If you decide to take it, maybe you'll be one of the lucky people that ends up seeing some really great results for it. However, of all the reviews that I have seen on Turk Builder, it seems that a lot of the reviews are coming from newbies. If you are an experienced lifter, I don't really think it's going to have too much of an impact, if any, on you, but that is just my own hypothesis. I have absolutely no studies to go off of. The studies that I have read, it hasn't really been proven that it's been really efficacious in terms of strength gains or muscle gains. But again, there haven't really been too many studies on turkesterone, so you may try it and you may see terrific results. However, from the anecdotes that I've read myself, from my own personal experience, it seems like it hasn't really done too much. And again, the people that do seem to get really good results are people that are new lifters, where those types of people, if they would have taken nothing at all, they probably would have seen just as good results. But who knows, maybe it did help them out. But for me personally, that's just my own personal experience. It doesn't look like turkesterone ended up doing anything for me, but that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions at all, go ahead and ask your questions down in the comment section so I can help you guys out. But that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button so I know to keep making these types of videos in the future. And if you're either new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the the channel and hit the notification bell, as I'm going to be uploading new videos every single day. That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you again tomorrow.